I've been getting better. Have you ever been in a position where you really want someone or some people to like you? You're seeking their approval, you want them to like you want them to be your friend, you want them to be in a relationship with you. The need to be seen, the need to be heard, the need to be liked and approved of, and to know that verbally from others. Overexerting yourself outward to like really push yourself on them so that they can come to you. Please be my friend, be my friend. Or just like, please love me, be with me. Like something like that. And I'm kind of being dramatic, but these are like these feelings that we get when we really just want someone to love us or like us or make us feel like whatever we're doing, whatever we're showing is cool and right and accepted. Very much a proving energy, people pleaser energy of just wanting to be loved and liked, but needing to have that validated like verbally from others. If this resonates, you'll know what I'm talking about. You like volunteer so much, or you very much put someone else above you so they can just like you and see, look how valuable I am. You will never need someone else. You'll never need another friend, another girlfriend, another boyfriend, because I'm going to do everything for you to the point where I'm your like turnkey solution for everything. You will never want to leave me. These are the strong feelings of validation and approval from others. This is like something that happens really subconsciously. You might not even notice, but it comes from a feeling of really thinking that you need this person, this codependent feeling of what can I do to make sure that they stay with me or they want me and they don't leave. I definitely know what it's like. I have been there where I really just like want to have friends, or I really want someone to like me. Or even if I don't even notice it and I'm not even thinking, I want them to like me. Hi! Oh. It comes from this feeling, dates back to childhood. And so in childhood, we've had this strong emotion of unwantedness, of a lack of being loved, of the lack of control, or feeling confused about whether people want us or not. And the reason why I say that I can relate to this feeling is because it's a funny story, but growing up and still now, I've never met my biological father. Throughout childhood, this has brought to me just confusion of not really knowing what the masculine male figure in a life is, and not feeling wanted by men, and just not feeling wanted in general. And so I think once I noticed this, I also started to feel that in other people. And so the funny story is that in elementary, I actually did not have many friends. I think I only had one friend when I got to like 4th grade. There was a group of girls that I wanted to be friends with, and they just didn't want to be friends with me. I specifically remember in recess that I was told by these group of girls that they don't want to be my friend and that I'm weird. And I actually remember going to the teacher and telling her, hey, they don't want to be my friends, they're being mean to me. And so she went up to them, she's like, why don't you want to be her friend? They were like, oh, we just don't want to. Funny enough, once recess started, I remember the girls, they made it a game. They're like, oh, let's run away from Kayla. And it literally would happen. Like, they would just be like pointing at me, and then they'll start running away. And for some reason, I just ran after them. I ran after them for a few seconds. I wouldn't run after them the entire time, but in the first beginning seconds of them running away from me, I would literally go and chase them, and I'd be like, come back, why don't you want to play with me? Like, where are you going? Why don't you want to be my friend? So it's literally that energy of like chasing and running away and like wanting people to like you and them leaving. Like, if you're chasing someone or something or a group, that just signifies to the world and to the universe and to everyone that you don't have it, that you lack it, and that if you're chasing something, it's running away from you. So just switching that mentality of chasing and instead bringing on this mentality of attracting and knowing that you deserve it and that you're whole and complete and there's nothing wrong with me. But I remember specifically prior to those times, now that I'm thinking about it, when I was younger, before that, I have an older sister. She's 3 years older than me. You have an older sibling, you always want to play with them, you look up to them, do whatever they want to do. It's just that is how the dynamic goes. You want to hang out with your siblings. Sister had a best friend, and I would always want to play with them. My sister's best friend just did not want to play with me. For some reason, she didn't like me. She used to like beat me up and call me names. Maybe I was annoying. I recall a lot of people saying that I was annoying back then, so maybe I was just like wasn't aware that I was annoying or something. He just didn't like playing with me, and it got to the point where if I wanted to play with my sister and her, I was like gay. They would call me gay for like wanting to play with them. I would like start getting angry. I'd be like, I'm telling my mom, why don't you want to play with me? And even my sister would join her best friend and tell me to go away and that I'm annoying. And that's actually interesting that before that elementary came, the dynamic actually started with my sister not wanting to hang out with me or play with me, and her other friends not wanting to play with me. And then I guess I developed that belief from that one past experience and took that ongoing into my life. So it could start from childhood of, like, for example, my father abandoning me and my sister and never meeting him, never developing a relationship, not hearing a word from him, to my sister not wanting me, believing that people do not want me, believing that I'm not good enough, believing that I'm not fun, that I'm weird, that I talk too much, having all these beliefs of hearing what other people are saying, or the confusion of my dad not being around. Then I took that on to the rest of my relationships of not really believing that people want me, not really believing that people like me, not understanding if people want to be my friend. These are like little things that happen in so many children's lives that just developed as different problems. This just goes to show how things that happen to you in childhood develop these strong beliefs, whether it's beliefs about yourself, beliefs about other people, beliefs about religions and sexuality. You just come from things that people say and do. None of them are true. I am not annoying. Let's just talk about the solution and how I am and have and still am working on getting rid of this feeling of needing to be liked, needing to be loved, or the strong feeling of unwantingness that can come up, especially in romantic relationships. So there's 3 things that I've been using now. And the first one is to know that your energy is some sort of like transfer mechanism. And when I say your energy, I just mean like the vibration that you're giving out. So we are all operating at a certain vibration: love, grief, health. So we are all operating at a vibration of our emotions and of our consciousness. But to keep it very simple, basically there's all the way from the bottom, there's like anger, guilt, and shame and courage, and it keeps going up to like peace and love and enlightenment. So it goes up based off of your levels of happiness, sadness, how well you're eating, the thoughts that you're having. You're sleeping and you're dreaming, your brain is at a certain wave. So that's very similar to the vibrations that you're at. A lot of things are controlling these like vibrations of consciousness and emotions. And so these, you could say, are in forms of energy. And so if you're transferring energy to people, and you're at a belief right now that no one likes me, my dad doesn't like me, wait, how come he doesn't want me? How come this person doesn't want me? Is something wrong with me? Was I ugly as a kid? Is it because I'm a girl? And then it starts to bring your energy lower, especially with the music you listen to. Sound waves are out of vibe and it affects your whole vibration. So all of these things affect your energy that you're giving out. And so if you believe that you're not worthy and you're having these thoughts go out, you're literally sending that message to people when you're looking at them. They can see the fear in your face when you're anxious to talk to them. They can see that fear of not being liked in our faces. Or they can see your confidence, how much you love yourself. They can see how beautiful you think you are. So these are energies that just move us and people feel it. People were probably feeling that I felt out of place. They feel that, and people are just feeling off of this energy, this fear of like, what if I act like this? Will they like me? What if I wear this hat? Maybe they'll think that's cool and they'll want to be my friend. Maybe if I ignore them, me ignoring them will make them think I'm cool. So it's like these different things that you pick up. And those things become beliefs, and those beliefs become your vibe, your energy, your vibration. You first need to love and like yourself so that energy could be emanating out of you. It's definitely always going to be a work in progress. Like, it's like, don't ever think that I know all that I'm doing. This is like just my journey that I'm sharing with you. Like, I'm not like anything different than for everyone else that's watching this, literally. Well, the second thing is that you're gonna get what you believe you deserve to get. Similar to the energy transfer and the belief systems, if you only believe that you should be abandoned and feel unwanted. So if I go around life thinking, guys do not like me, usually they abandon me or they just don't show up, I can easily allow someone to come in and out of my life because that's what I think love is. We have to be careful of, what do you believe you deserve right now? Really think about what's inside of your subconscious mind that you don't even notice that's playing back. How are you allowing people to treat you? Who else has treated you that way in the past? And when did that belief come to you? Life is going to show you what you believe. It's like being manifested. What's inside is going to come on the outside. But also, if you don't want to think about that way, you want to think about what you're tolerating and the boundaries you set, and that'll shift how you allow people to speak to you. If someone's over here calling you dumb ass and treating you a certain way, setting that boundary of, hey, don't talk to me like that. I don't like when you talk to me like that. Please do not do it again, because if you do it again, I'll have to remove you from my life. Being very stern with your boundaries and what you will and will not tolerate early is important. I've always been the worst at establishing boundaries when I'm in a state of really wanting someone to like me, especially when it comes to a romantic partner that is showing signs of abandoning me or not validating that they like me or that they love me. So a lot of this is going to have to do with cycles that we're manifesting from our past. And you might notice that a lot of my tips are coming from changing ourselves and putting the power back to us. We are the reason that this happened, whether we unconsciously or consciously allowed it to happen and we knew what was going on, and we're too afraid to speak up, or maybe we just didn't know at the time. But it's important to see how you can fix it within yourself and not blaming others, not for their sake but for your sake, because you want to take your control back, take control of life back, and know that life is happening for you as a lesson. And so these cycles of lessons from the past repeat when we don't clear them out and understand them and fix them and change our perspectives, our beliefs, or how we act or respond to situations. Doing whatever they wanted to do so that they can stay with me. Keeping my mouth closed, not saying a word. I kept manifesting those people because that's what I believed I deserved. So I'm changing what I believe and what I tolerate, and I tell people now, don't talk to me like that. I'm going to do what I want to do. Let's make this fair. It's important not to get into that victim mentality, because in the past, I've been like a victim. I've been like, oh, this person beat me up. This person did this to me. She's ignoring me on purpose. Forget them. How do we change our vibe so that we are attracting the life that we want and building the life that we want within ourselves? How can we be unfazed and protected from these reoccurrences that relate to the past that has happened to us? So take a look at what has happened to you or what has been happening in your life. If that feeling relates to anything in the past, so take it as a lesson of something that you should heal, something you should work on, because when it happens again, or when it comes up again as a reminder, you can know, like, thank you, this is definitely a teacher. There's definitely a teacher, and I do not want it anymore. I've already learned and accepted it. It's gone. When we have these strong things that happen to us emotionally, a lot of times they're just cycles that just keep repeating and manifesting from the past that we just need to start learning from and diving deep into. That's all I have for you. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching my videos. It's pretty dope. Bye. See you later. Peace.